But I think the idea is not inclusive there, but more like uh treating someone as if they are weaker. I
Mhm.
think that's the idea.
Mhm.
Is it treating someone as if they're weaker by opening the door for them? It's always doing something physical, right? It's opening the door for them, pulling out a chair for them, carrying something for them.
I wouldn't see it as that. I'm thinking you're treating them as special or like kind of with care.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like men know perfectly well like I can do those things for myself, but it's kind of like an act of care to still do that for me anyways.
Yeah.
Um, so
It's
yeah, I
also,
kind
I
of see it
think,
more as
mm,
just attentiveness and being like a and showing goodwill.
yeah. I mean, you can't exclude the idea though that it's also showing trying to it does highlight the difference. Yeah,
Mm,
I can show you caring by playing my role with my strength. Um,
mm,
I am I am high. It's not like I'm necessarily showing off, but you could, in this sort of like philosophical analysis, say that this situation, my action is highlighting the difference in strength.
mm,
So this is where the sort of social critique kind of analysis comes in, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, that analysis is kind of, you might say also that analysis is kind of cold.
Mhm,
Um, and if, but of course, there would be situations where some people could abuse those or try to
mm.
highlight the differences or yeah, something like that to
Yeah,
where they're
of
trying to
course.
dominate someone or trying to demean
Mhm,
someone or something like that. That would happen too.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, showing attentiveness, showing care.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe not just for like the those kinds of benefits for the women, but that kind of like you said, just giving a role to the man, like but give like a greater sense of purpose and that feels good and
I think that's
maybe
a
that
big
way.
thing with men and
Yeah,
boys nowadays. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
And
do want
maybe
to. I tell you, there was a time, this was when I was in college. There was a girl I dated for a little while, and uh we were in a parking lot, and this was outside her church, and there was like a car that was parked that was like shut in. It was in a parking space, and it was shut in on both sides and like half of the back. So it only had like half of a parking space to back out of. But so I had to do
Mhm.
like an Austin Powers kind of thing where I was like, eh, eh, to, you know, 3 inches forward to the left, 2 inches, 4 inches back to the right. It's, kept going that way. And finally I did get it out. And then she told me, like, well, now I'm impressed, like, and with emotion, not like over the top or anything. And I tell you, I lived on that sentence for the next hour. Like, I remember where we drove, it was to like a 50s diner outside of town or something like that. But yeah, it really means a lot for a young guy, especially, I think, to feel like to get that look. And it's not from anybody, it's from like there's a different feeling like from an older man or something like that, but I think it's probably the strongest feeling like to get that from a woman, to get
Yeah.
that from a